Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum Imam, wa alaikum salam. Question about Salah. If I forget tashahhud in second rak'ah and stand up for third rak'ah, what should I do? So the questioner is asking let's say for example, this is let's say 3 rakat salah or 4 rakat salah, okay? And in the first tashahhud, meaning after the second rakat, a person forgets and straight up stands for the third rakat. So in this situation, don't worry, just complete your salah in the end, do sajda sahv. Okay? You don't have, it is not permissible that you go back and sit down, right? And then you do it. You do not go back. You complete your prayer. In the end will be sajda sahv. Now, what kind of sajda sahv? Because in the ahadith there are different ways of sajda sahv mentioned. So I will mention the one that is more, you can say, more secure. More secure meaning that there's no any doubt will remain in it. The sajda sahv will be that when we are completing our prayer, let's say this is our last rak'ah, we sit down, we recite tashahhud, and after tashahhud we say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, then we do 2 sajda, and then sit back again, and then complete starting from tashahhud, durud Ibrahimi, dua, and then assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum. So in that way we are still remaining in salah. Because there's another tashahhud, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah, and then do the sajda sahab, then 2 rakats. So in that way, the majority of the ulama say that you're done with salah anyways, with the second salam. So it is more secure that you do 1 salam, but you're still remaining in the salah, and then you finish that, the 2 rakats. So this is, understood? So the first tashahhud, if someone by mistake didn't sit and then stood on the third rakat, just complete your salah and in the end do sajda sahab. Someone posted a question and someone asked me as well, so I will mention this. Because today, nowadays is season going on, right? Holiday season. So people invite us for holiday parties or Christmas parties, these type of. If it's openly, they invite you as a Christmas party, we're having a Christmas party, refuse. Respectedly refuse it. If they say holiday party, first of all, we should not be going there anyways. It's all mixture going on, and men and women, and then there's also drinking. Food is not halal, it's haram, and all this. It's a big problem. Why am I mentioning this? Is because, so first of all, let me just, with the drinking as well as the haram meat. So the question, the brother asked me about the drinking and all that, the sharab and all this. But there's another question someone else asked me, part of it is, in that we are there present in the party and there's also haram things going on, haram music is going on, because these parties have music and dance, whatever either it is. In Sunan al-Tirmizi, there's a hadith narrated by Jabir radiallahu anhu. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him not sit at a table where wine is being served. This is a hadith. So a Muslim is sitting, we're sitting in a place, in a table, in an area where wine is being served and we're sitting there. Even though we're drinking water, we're drinking juice, whatever it is, we're not drinking it. But the iman, our iman, doesn't allow this, that we're sitting in a place where haram things are being served in front of us. Now, whether it's a wine, alcohol, whatever type it is, whether it's food that is haram, pork, or anything that is not slaughtered according to the Sharia. So these things, we have to stay away from these things. We should not go to the parties anyways. Why we're going there? We just refuse respectfully. No, I'm busy. I can't make it. Thank you very much for inviting me. Stay away from it. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. 2 questions. Number 1. I went to Hajj about 10 years ago, and unfortunately, while in Mina, deliberately committed a sin. Is there a specific kafara beyond istighfar and tawbah for this? So this is the first question. There is no any specific kafara, but tawbah, yes, of course. A person had made a mistake, human beings, it happens. Do tawbah, istighfar, as well as do some sadaqah upon part. But there is no any specific number, how much do you have to give? As much as whatever it comes, you can give. But there is no any specific kafara. But the question is here, is that if a person has committed some action that goes against the ihram. There are 2 different things here. If it's something that breaks the restrictions of ihram, then there will be a dam. If it's something that requires a dam. But I think what you can do to be on the safe side, whoever asked, is that just slaughter an animal in haram as a dam, with the intention of dam. If someone is there, or someone is going for umrah, or sometimes people are going, you don't have any friends, you don't have any relatives there, you don't know what to do. So if someone is going to say, this is for the dam. So there are, in the shopping malls, in the areas close by the haram, they have these booths. So you can go and sell. So if to be on the safe side, it is better just to give them, it will be satisfaction to them. That's an animal. Second question. Sometimes while praying tahajjud, fajr time starts while I'm still praying witr. Okay. Is this an issue? Yes, it is. While you're praying witr, fajr begins. Witr is gone. Because the time of witr is till fajr, before fajr. When fajr starts, witr is gone. You cannot pray. Witr is going to be qada then. You can say that it's qada, you have to make it up. So make sure, if I make an effort to avoid this, but sometimes I misjudge the remaining time. So it is your responsibility to make an effort about the timing, to know the timings, and so pray. If the best thing is that when you wake up, you know that it's very short time. So you should pray witr first, then pray whatever tahajjud, if it's 2 rak'ah, it is better for that. But the question, what the answer is that while praying witr, we are in witr, and all of a sudden the fajr time starts, witr is gone. You have to make it up. It's not, you're not praying it at this time, but you're praying it after.
What if it's after the ruku'? Let's say you were making
No,
the
that's
shahwa.
no. Even though it has to be in the time. It has to be in the time. Ruku is for those who come in and join the Imam. That the rakat will be complete. Otherwise, it's not. So just make sure that if what time you woke up, how much time you have enough time. That is something else. But if it's very short and you have time that you can pray 2 rakat of tahajjud and witr. So pray witr first and then do the tahajjud. Right?
So you can play the witr by itself. I thought witr you had to play 2 rak'ahs before. No. I might be wrong, but I'm just
No, we're talking about witr.
with.
And tahajjud is something else, right? Tahajjud is something else, witr is a different prayer. So what I'm saying is that if we do not have enough time, we only have time to do witr and tahajjud. Let's say even 2 rakat tahajjud we have that time. So we have a very short time, so just do the witr first and then the tahajjud. So in that way you're done with the most important part is the witr. Because tahajjud is nafal. Witr is more higher than tahajjud.
Imam Sahib, I think they're saying witr like single rakat. Like
Yeah,
एक ही तो witr,
again,
एक ही
I
rakat.
understand. But I understand what you're saying about the witr because as Hanafi they pray 3. But for the Shafi and Hanbali they pray 1 witr, right? But with the 2 rakat before. I understand that. Whatever it is,
Finish the with first.
witr first if you do not have that much time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Wa alaikum assalam. This past Saturday, we had a gathering in which the masjid planned and coordinated a congregation dua for the loss of a brother in our community. May Allah have mercy on him. Ameen. This type of function is new to me, and I was wondering if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or the 3 favorite generations ever did this. Your knowledge about this matter would be greatly appreciated. Barakallahu fi. Now look, we're living in a country, in a place where to go to other person's house is not easy, it's difficult. So what happens is that people want to come and do condolences. So the best place is masjid. Okay, you know what, if you want to come to our house, you can come to the masjid at this time from, let's say for example, between Asr and Maghrib. So there's nothing wrong to appoint that time and people come and give their condolences. There's nothing wrong with that. The other thing is that if they want to do some kind of a isal sawab, recite some Quran, and I can understand that there's a big difference of opinion, but majority of the ulama gives the permission to recite the Quran and make dua for the deceased. Whatever the reward we have recited, send it to the deceased. So if anyone comes up and just wants to recite something and make a dua for themselves, there's nothing wrong with that. Because going to people's house and it's going to be, so they invite everyone at one place so they can make dua, they can condole, give them the condolences to the family members. There's nothing wrong with that. What comes bid'ah is that we fix days. A person dies on the 3rd, exactly on the 3rd day we are reciting the Quran, we're calling. On the 10th day we are doing, on the 40th day we are doing. Every year we fix that day, and then every time, that year, that day, that is bid'ah. Because, and then what happens a lot of times, as I said, is that not a lot of people can come on that day to condole the family members. Everyone is busy somewhere here and there, so they just fix a day, and mostly it happens on Saturdays or Sundays. Everyone is off anyways. It's easy to come. So just for that to be easy and to participate in their loss, in their pain, so that is fine. There's nothing wrong. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. Sheikh, do you give ijazatul Quran? Yes, I do, but there are conditions. Quran, the ijazat of Quran. What is ijazat of Quran? Ijazat Quran is a sheikh or someone who knows the ulum. He gives permission or he gives a certificate that yes, this is a certificate from my side and you can recite the Quran through my chain. All right? There's chain of hadith, there's chain of Quran. But the condition for this is that a person has to be in Hafiz, memorize of the Quran. And number 2 is that at least once he recites to me the whole Quran. Right? Not in one sitting, of course. It's not one sitting. Don't get. So it can be, break. And yes, alhamdulillah, and there are some brothers and sisters who are doing it with me. These are the two conditions. One is, needs to be in Hafiz, memorize the Quran, the whole Quran. And number 2 is, one time the whole Quran needs to be recited to me. Okay. Dear Imam, if someone consistently neglects Salah, neglects Salah, even when witnessing others performing in the same room, and knowingly avoids it despite having ample time. So if, let's say, we're in a gathering somewhere and prayers are going on, but there are some people who are not praying, and they have time to pray, but they're not doing it. They're looking at the people. So what guidance should we offer to this individual? Look, as a Muslim, we have been, if we are born a Muslim, from childhood we know the fazail of Salah. We know what rewards we will get, and we know what punishment Allah has made for us. The only thing that we can do, and we can remind, let's say for example, or brother or sister, it's time for Salah. This is our responsibility. That's it. We cannot force anyone to come to participate in Salah. We can just say this, it's time for Salah, let's go. That's it. It is all about the tawfiq that Allah gives that individual. Allah wants to give the tawfiq to him to pray, he or she will stand up and pray. The only thing is that they're Muslim. They know what is good or what is bad. Salah is beneficial for them. They know that. But out of laziness, out of weak of iman, whatever it is sad. And then the problem is that we are neglecting prayer frequently, and then unfortunately bad things happen to us, and then we don't blame ourselves. We blame someone else, or something happened, this and that. But we don't blame ourselves that what kind of attitude that I have towards the rights of Allah. I'm giving or not. I'm fulfilling my rights or not. So it's very sad, the situation, but we cannot force anyone. We can remind them, we cannot force. Okay, that's it for today, inshallah. There are a few more, but they're quite big ones. Okay, inshallah, next week. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.